Hey, oh guys, Spider Bud is back in the house, or technically we're back in the theater. The theater of the damned, according to Richtofen. Yes, we have the upgraded M16 now. It is beautiful. Isn't it a beautiful piece of art? It feels so good in my hands to have the automatic M16. I don't think I actually ever use... Oh, maybe I do use the noob tubes. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. I'm gonna run around. See, I'm running the stage. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, this map is so easy. It's an easy map. Kino der Toten is. Especially with Thunder Gun. Thunder Gun makes maps too easy. Like I said, this map and Ascension. The easiest, probably by far, the easiest maps in Call of Duty Zombies. Oh, and I upgraded the crossbow, too. Somebody said I should use the crossbow. The upgraded crossbow in this gameplay, or in a gameplay. So I thought, you know, what the hell? Non-upgraded, it sucks. Upgraded, it's like having a bunch of monkey bombs almost. It doesn't last as long, but hey, at least all the zombies go towards it, right? They're like, oh, what's this? What's this red flashing device that is about to explode in my face? I must take a closer look, and I will stand here and look at it until it explodes. That's what the zombies are thinking. At least that's what I think they're thinking. They're probably thinking, ooh, look at the shiny light. Anyways, or maybe it's a sound. I don't know. Why are the zombies? Let me ask you this: why are the zombies attracted to monkey bombs? Why? Why are they attracted to the upgraded crossbow? Tell me that. I don't know. Maybe it's the sound. Maybe it's the... I don't know, the look. Maybe it's the monkey going, hello, zombies, I'm Mr. Monkey. Anyways, now that we got that out of the way, yeah, that was awkward. So my youngest says, that was awkward. Anyways, okay, where the hell were we in our little story about starting up a business and, you know, our YouTube story, my YouTube story? Well, we were going into Modern Warfare 2, and one of the things that we thought about going into Modern Warfare 2 is, okay, well, let's try and prep our viewers, prep our subscribers for this content that we want to do with Modern Warfare 2. And I think that's part of the reason we went back to World at War as well as COD 4, is to bring in those viewers who would be interested in, obviously, Modern Warfare 2, right? Again, we were still not, you know, we tried a number of times to apply for YouTube partnership. It wasn't happening, and there was no getting partnered. There was no getting our channel partners, and we're trying to divert traffic to our website. I mean, we're making a little bit on our website, but not that much. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know what amounts we were kind of making off our website, but it was not a lot at all, okay? So, coming to Modern Warfare 2, you know, Modern Warfare 2 came around, we did, you know, the campaign videos, we did the co-op, the mission videos, the Spec Ops mission videos, right? Yeah, they had Spec Ops in Modern Warfare 2. And obviously multiplayer, and things really started taking off for us with Modern Warfare 2. Again, it was a new game. We were covering many different aspects of it. There were two of us that were doing videos, right? So we were able to produce a good variety of content, and it was from, you know, the content was from different perspectives as well, right? So again, it just goes to the variety. And then what started happening is Machinima decided they were going to start up this other channel called Machinima Respawn, and they had contacted us about possibly bringing our content to that channel, and we're like, and obviously it was going to be monetized. We were going to be able to generate revenue from it. It's just like a freaking no-brainer. Of course, yeah. Hello, right? So we were one of the starting channels on Machinima Respawn, and we posted, you know, we started off posting like original content on there at the outset. I mean, we talked about the frequency of videos that we would provide. We always made sure that we sort of had a backlog of videos that they could use to post up on Machinima Respawn. But it was really, there was like a time delay in there. Videos had to be approved. We had to use special watermarks. Sometimes it got kicked back for whatever reason. The watermark wasn't perfect, etc., etc. But regardless, I mean, we were submitting videos that were getting played or getting uploaded to Machinima Respawn quite frequently. And, you know, obviously we were pulling our viewers to Machinima Respawn, and all the other people, like Machinima, their original channel, again, they're pulling subscribers and viewers to Machinima Respawn, as well as the other channels that were involved at the time. You know, again, it's sort of that bringing a lot of channels together in a common channel, and then that filtering down back out to the other channels, right? So yeah, we definitely got a pretty decent boost for those videos that we were posting on Machinima Respawn, and again, we were getting paid. We were getting paid for them, right? Yeehaw! Woohoo! You know, and that in turn even pushed more viewers, more people over to our website. Again, not that many over to our website, but hey, it was some, right? There were some people that we were getting over, and we were making some money off of our website, off of advertising, and then with Machinima Respawn, we were making some money off the videos that were getting posted there. And, I mean, they were paying quarterly or whatever, so it was quite a delay between when the videos were being posted and when we would actually receive that income. But again, and it wasn't anything that we could make a living off of by any means. I mean, again, we're still working our other jobs. I still had my business that I was doing on the side. I had a lot more flexibility because I could sort of do a lot of the work whenever I wanted, but sometimes I get called off on site and I'd have to go on site, etc. But for the most part, I was pretty flexible with my work hours, and I was able to maintain the content, you know, the content production, etc., to help push forward. Now, what ended up happening, and you could see it, you could see where it was going to go with Machinima Respawn. They just kept getting more and more people involved in this channel. Again, it was the only, but the thing is, it was the only game in town, so of course people were going to, you know, they were going to be interested in it. But what you did see then was, as more and more people got involved, the frequency of posting our videos got less and less, and for any individual channel, yeah, the frequency of posting those videos became less and less. So we started producing less exclusive content and basically reposting videos. I mean, again, it was to almost an entirely new audience. I don't suspect that there was a lot of, or a ton of overlap between our subscribers on NGT and the subscribers on Machinima Respawn. So we didn't feel bad reposting videos that we already had on NGT, reposting them on Respawn, in hopes that, you know, we can generate some traffic back to our own channel. But even then, I mean, we're making any money on our channel, so it doesn't even matter. I mean, get them to our own channel, get them to the website, and hopefully someday, you know, we could partner our channel. But there was no end in sight to that. There was no indication that we could get our channel partnered. And we were talking to some other guys. I can't. Oh man, if I remember, one late night. And I had pulled a lot of late nights, and I'll talk about my work hours a little later, probably in the next video, but I had pulled a lot of late nights, and one night, I don't know how I got into this conversation with them, but I got into a conversation with Husky StarCraft and HD StarCraft, and those guys were, you know, we were talking about the same thing. They were doing a lot of prep for StarCraft 2. I don't think StarCraft 2 had released yet. They were doing some beta stuff and gearing up for StarCraft 2. And if they were trying to figure out the same thing, well, how the hell do we get monetized? How the hell do we get our channels partnered? How can we do this? And they had been, I think at the time, I'm not sure if they had been talking to Machinima or not. Obviously, the Machinima Respawn channel definitely geared towards FPS, geared towards Call of Duty, etc. So it's not really a fit for StarCraft, so I'm not sure if they were talking at the time. But anyways, I got on a call with these guys at like 3 in the morning. I mean, they're out, I think they were out towards LA or whatever. Their time zone was a bit better than mine. I think it was only midnight for them, but I was like 3 in the morning. I just talked to these guys for like an hour trying to figure out, well, what the hell? Is there things we can do? And just, we talked about our experiences as far as, you know, applying for partnership and how we're going to do it and what we were doing with Machinima Respawn, etc. So, and then we just sort of let it go. There was no indication that we could get our channel's partner. We kept continuing to apply for partnership through YouTube, but it just wasn't happening. It was like every time you get rejected, there's no indication of why you get rejected. It's just a generic rejection email. And it's like, what the fuck? So anyways, we continued on with Modern Warfare 2. I can't remember some of the other games. I'm sure there's some other games that we covered there. Look at them using the freaking M16 noob tube. So dangerous. So dangerous without without PhD flopper. I mean, ray gun doesn't have necessarily as much splash damage as the noob tube, so that's why I didn't want to use it too much. That's why I generally don't use noob tubes or explosive weapons when you don't have flopper. So what ended up happening was, I think it was a few months later, I ended up getting contacted. I can't remember if it was HD or it was Husky, and they were talking about starting up another, like a YouTube network. And this was the beginnings of what is now the Game Station. And they were talking to a guy who was working for Maker Studios at the time. And Maker Studios had at the time this existing network of some huge channels, some big names, obviously non-gaming. And the guy at Maker they were talking to was a huge fan of StarCraft, so he had been a fan of HDs and Huskies for some time with their videos, and you know, really at the same time was looking for a way to, okay, yeah, I mean, how can we help these guys? How can we get these videos monetized? Or these channels monetized, and you know, the solution was creating a network. Called the Game Station. So that's what happened, and it took a few months. Obviously, they had that existing network relationship with YouTube, so it was just a matter of figuring out, well, how is this all going to work for gaming? Again, gaming, very, very difficult to get partnered directly with YouTube. Yes, there are a lot of ways to do it now, but back then it was damn near impossible. All right, so the only way, a lot of these channels got partnered over the last few years was through these networks. And I got to say that I mean, I guess the Game Station was really the first one to sort of push this whole network gaming channel network concept. And there were others that then followed. So we went through these discussions with the Game Station. It was like, hey, yeah, we have a way that we're going to be able to partner your entire channel. We're going to be able to monetize your entire channel. And we're like, fuck yeah. You know, we're tired of this shit over at you know, excuse me for talking badly about it. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it had obviously digressed. It had gone from posting our videos very, very frequently to, you know, our videos just being one of hundreds per month and not being posted very frequently, and you know, the revenues were just not there. So it was like, yeah, we're gonna definitely partner our channel, and it wasn't an exclusive agreement. I mean, you know, when talking to the Game Station, it was like, yeah, we can partner your channel. It doesn't mean you have to end anything you have with Machinima. So we could still maintain our videos being uploaded to Machinima Respawn. So we went ahead with that. We signed a contract, which is typical these days, and we got our channel partnered. And what ended up happening was, apparently Machinima actually had this ability, or maybe they weren't aware of it. I think they had partnered one other channel, I'm not sure. But they came to us and said, well, I mean, we can partner your channel too. And it's like, well, okay, thanks for telling us, but we just signed with these guys because they were the only game in town. They were the only people that approached us that were able to partner us. And then they said, well, we can do it too. And I'm like, well, we signed a contract, and you know, we're gonna stick with what we're doing here, unfortunately. And then they obviously cut us off from Machinima Respawn. It didn't make sense, and I can understand that. I mean, I don't feel any ill will for that. It makes sense. They don't want to, you know, take subscribers from Machinima Respawn from our videos and then have them shift over to this other network called the Game Station. And there were a few channels. I can't remember the other channels that were involved with it. It was HD StarCraft. It was Husky StarCraft. It was ourselves. I think there were one or two other channels I can't remember, and I apologize for not remembering what those other channels were at the time. But it was great. Like, we saw, again, they did things pretty well. We really came together as a bunch of channels, and you know, it was hard for our channel because we were the only first-person shooter channel in there, I believe, and most of the other stuff was PC. You know, again, StarCraft 2 having a big presence with the Game Station. So, I mean, we did see a lot of influx of new subscribers, etc., but I wouldn't necessarily say that they were really core FPS subscribers. There may have been a lot of people that came over, you know, at the time when you subscribe to a channel, and I don't subscribe to channels, but you know, you get these options to subscribe to the other channels. So you had this Game Station channel that we were all pushing to, and that's that network effect, right? We all push to the Game Station, and then coming out of that, and we're pushing to each other to a degree as well. And then out of that, the Game Station channel, it then pushes back to the individual channels. So we had a really solid influx of subscribers during that first few months when the Game Station first started up. And then you saw the other networks start doing it. Then you saw Machinima then started their own network, partnering channels, and then you saw other channels, etc. And obviously, you guys are aware of how it's gone since then. I mean, almost anybody can get partnered these days. I mean, I see channels with like 100 subscribers that are partnered through these networks, and it's very easy to get partnered. But the difference is today, and I'm not saying it was easy. Like, I worked my ass off to get to where we are today, and you know, I get some complaints from people sometimes from videos, and you know, if I post too many videos, or you know, I'm gearing the or what do you call, skewing the search engine to go to my videos, etc. And hey, that's search engine optimization. That's good. That's a good thing. That's what you want. You want to be highest on the search. People pay good money to be high on Google in the search engines. I mean, companies pay lots of money to try and be higher, and I don't have any fault in that. I don't feel bad for that. I worked my ass off, and you know, if I am now kind of reaping the rewards of that hard work, then hell yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm sorry, I don't make excuses for that. That's full on what I'm trying to do here. But I guess the point is nowadays it's much harder to get noticed because there's so many channels partnered. There's so much content now, than, you know, way more than there was even just a couple of years ago, that it's hard. It's very difficult to get noticed. And I think that's why more people try and spam, why more people try and use social networks to try and get, you know, there's a way to get shout out by channels, or to get a shout out by channels, and it's not, you know, going on Twitter say, hey, can I get a shout out? You know, just you got to work hard, and it's hard. It's very hard these days if you're not established. It was a little bit easier. Again, I'm not saying it wasn't hard work, but it was a little bit easier way back when, a few years ago, to get noticed because you were one of fewer channels out there, right? That were producing that type of content. Again, it's easier to get noticed when you're producing that niche type of content. You're not producing the same kind of content that everybody else is. And another comment that I see sometimes from people that I'll address here is, and I don't complain. I don't complain a lot about what I do. I love what I do. I work my own hours. I work from home. I have time with the kids. I have time with my family. Even though it's very, very difficult when you're working at home, though, too, because I tend to always do it. I tend to always be in the basement. I'll be upstairs and then I'll just disappear into the basement, to my office, and the wife's like, "Where'd you go?" And she's like, "Spider." Actually, she's not Spider. She's my real name, but whatever. We'll just say for the fun of it. She's like, "Spider, where are you?" She's always calling me. I'm like, "Oh, I know. I just can't leave it sometimes, right?" And people say, "Oh, well, it's easy. You got nothing to complain about anyway. It's not a real job, blah, blah, blah." But I'll say, I mean, you got to work hard at it. I mean, if it wasn't hard work, if it didn't require a lot of hard work and a lot of commitment, etc., then everybody would be successful doing this, right? I mean, if you're, let's say you're a channel that's been somewhat unsuccessful or largely unsuccessful, saying, well, it's not a real job, you got nothing to complain about, blah, 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 well, and it's easy. Let's say all you're doing is playing games. Well, okay, you do it. You get 500,000 subscribers and 100 million video views and, X number, hundreds of thousands of views per day, and maintain that on a regular basis. It's not easy. It's not easy to do. It takes a lot of dedication, a lot of hard work. So for some people, yes, for some people, it's absolutely easy, and that is the case in many, many businesses. It's like where all the right things fall into the right place. You're the right personality. You're doing the right things. Yes, it is easy for a very, very small number of people, but they are the absolute minority. Anyways, so let's carry on with this conversation in part 4. Part 4, our last video, and we're here on round 26, so we're close. We're close to round 30, guys. We'll be back. Spider out.